My father, my mother. He was a man of integrity, of incredible principles, honesty, loyalty. But I think at the same time, it's because of him too, I think I became a feminist, partly, maybe a lot, because he was such a patriarch of the family. He was a very old-fashioned man, where he expects the woman in the house to do everything, to serve him on hand and foot. That had a great influence, I think, in, you know, in the growing sense of this is not right, this is not fair.
Zaina helped establish a research and advocacy group called Sisters in Islam.
This is all the attacks in the newspapers.
Through letters to newspapers and memoranda to government officials, these Muslim women are challenging traditional understandings of Islam. It makes them a controversial organization.
The one at the top is over an article that I think one of the international press agencies wrote about our Islamic family law workshop. Where Islamic matters are concerned, this organization is the most inappropriate source of information, and I think it should be banned.
Sisters in Islam first met together in 1988.
But as we went on, we felt that working with law alone was not enough, because so much of the gender bias that informs the law comes from an understanding of religion that discriminates against women. We felt that we had to go back to the Quran. We had to go back to the revealed text of the religion to find out whether the text actually supports the ill treatment and oppression of women.
I actually found solace in the Quran. And then when I started working on my affidavits, actually I'm become closer, and I have faith that it's a very, very good religion. Only that the problem is with the Sharia court. They should make exceptions in this matter, because this is involving lives, involving thousands of women and children, you know. It involves suffering, you know, and that is not the true Islam.
We found, you know, that it is not Islam that discriminates against women. It is not the verses in the Quran. It's the way these verses have been interpreted by men living in patriarchal societies who wish to maintain their dominance and their superiority and control over women.
Ida arrives at the Sharia court, but faces a long delay.
The judge and the registrar is busy, but he didn't tell me to go away, but he just said, oh, Puan Ida, you're here. We are busy. We have this guest. So, I don't know. We'll see.
A bigger problem for Ida is Sharia law itself. The process of legal interpretation, or ijtihad, among Sunni Muslim scholars, came to a halt some 750 years ago. Their opinions have been accepted as definitive ever since.
The problem is that these interpretations have been elevated to be the word of God, as if they are divine, when actually they are only merely a human effort at understanding the word of God. And just as the context of that time in the 12th century influenced how these men interpreted the word of God, the changing circumstances of our lives today have to influence in the way we interpret the text today.
The administrator overseeing Ida's case is Abu Bakr Dawood.
Islamic law is suitable for all centuries. It has been interpreted by Islamic scholars, and they have interpreted it with respect to their situation or lifetime. But even now, the current situation hasn't changed that much from the time of the scholars.
It is an inflexible approach to Sharia law that is forcing many Muslims to go back to the Quran. There they find, for example, that a verse used to sanction polygamy comes with an important condition.
The question that we raise is, how come one part of the verse that says marry up to 4 is universally known, is codified into law, is practiced in much of the Muslim world. And the other part of the verse that says, if you fear you cannot do justice, marry only one, is forgotten, pushed aside, and most Muslims do not know that part of the verse.
It says specifically, you may marry 4, however, you may never be fair. And so if you cannot be fair and you fear the wrath of God, of Allah, so therefore you may just marry one. My ex-husband, he's married with 2 children. I hope that, I can have another go at, you see? No. Because I'm still young, Yeah.
Yang kedua mungkin
Probably the difficulty she faced over this long period of time was a punishment from God for sins she may have committed in the past.
jika dia ada dosa-dosa.
We believe that this is God's test for her to strengthen her faith,
Ini adalah
to be among the best women in Islam.
untuk menguatkan iman dia sebagai the best woman Islam.
A true Muslim woman.
6 months after we met Ida, the court had yet to grant her a divorce.
Well said.